Yeah, I mean, the purpose of this show is to help all the people who know someone from Ukraine. Like you have a family member or a friend or a relative, and you're wondering what you can do to help them. So that's what we're here to talk about for people who are still stuck in Ukraine, for people who have fled and they're maybe in Poland or Romania, or maybe they're seeking asylum at the border, or they're already in the United States. So wherever they are, if they're trying to come to the United States, there's different, current policies and rules that are applying to people. And so ask us your questions. We've gotten so many inquiries. I can't tell you how many posts on Facebook I have been tagged on. Hey, Kate, can you help? So part of this video is to sort of give everybody else this information because I know all of us probably know someone who knows someone from Ukraine. So we want to be able to get you the information you need to help guide them. But you know, the big news that we had last week was that our law firm was involved in a case that most people already heard about because it was all over the news last week because it was like the one good news story coming out of the war in Ukraine, which is such a tragedy, just such an awful, horrific thing that is happening. And it's, all of us are just like blasted with bad news, upsetting news. And so this one good thing happened. And so everybody was talking about it. And so we had the honor of being involved in the case of the twin babies who were evacuated from Kyiv, Ukraine. And so the story of that case is that I was tagged in a Facebook post where a friend of the family, said, I need some help for my friends who had twin babies born early via surrogate in Ukraine, and they're at a hospital in Kyiv, and we need help. These are U.S. citizen, American babies, and we need to get them out of the country. And number one, get them safe out of Ukraine, and number two, work on getting them their U.S. citizenship. And so I immediately, once I was talking to the parents, I realized that lots of I serve on the board of Vecina, which means neighbor in Spanish, and this is an organization that I helped found with my good friend Lindsay Gray, who is the CEO of the organization. Essentially, what Vecina does is legal services for immigrants in crisis, and so we worked on border cases, we worked on Afghanistan cases, we worked on kids in detention, and just as like wherever the emergency is, Vecina gets involved, is typically the way that works. And so because Vecina has been doing work in Afghanistan, I knew that Lindsay would have some good contacts in the Department of State and, in evacuations. And sure enough, I was right. So Lindsay and I began to co-counsel on the case, and we were able to get the family connected to Project Dynamo, who are the true heroes in this case. They actually got all the supplies they needed for these babies, the travel incubators, the right food, the ambulance, the neonatologists. I mean, they like gathered all these things. It was a global effort. There were people involved all over the world. And they went and got those babies and drove them to Poland last Wednesday. It was a week ago today. And what a nail biter it was, but like, it's an amazing outcome because the babies are fine. The babies are healthy and they're doing great. It's been amazing.